works in Rosario, a diploma in computer engineering technology student at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Institute of Technology. Now, imagine this. You're in the midst of running a thriving gaming company, well known for producing high-end gaming peripherals and laptops that cater to millions of passionate gamers around the globe. Now, picture this, a nightmare scenario. The personal data for your customers from their orders to shipping addresses gets exposed to the public. What's even worse is that some random hacker didn't cause the switch, but by a trusted IT partner who made a critical error in securing your system. This is precisely what happened to Razer, a popular name in the gaming technology industry, when they found themselves embroiled in a legal battle with their IT vendor, Capgemini. In this video, we'll dive deep into the legal case of Razer versus Capgemini, exploring how a simple security misconfiguration led to one of the most public and costly data breaches in the tech industry. Along the way, we'll also uncover key lessons for all of us in tech, particularly for those of us studying in computer engineering, and how we can better protect our systems and reputations in the future. To understand the magnitude of this case, we first need to get familiar with the two major players involved: Razer, the gaming giant, and Capgemini, the multinational IT services provider. Razer, founded by Tan Min Lang, has built an empire on gaming laptops, keyboards, and mice that are not only highly functional, but also regarded for their cutting-edge design. The reputation is built on innovation, which made the data breach that much more damaging. Capgemini, on the other hand, is a well-established global IT consulting firm that manages everything from cloud computing to enterprise applications for large organizations, including Razer. It was through Capgemini's service that the breach occurred. That's where the trouble began. Now, Razer is a name that resonates with gamers everywhere. Their products are sleek, reliable, and powerful, whether it's their ultra-lightweight laptops or their customizable keyboards. Razer has solidified itself as a leader in the gaming tech industry. But in 2020, things took a dramatic turn. In June of that year, Razer's customers were suddenly at risk as their sensitive information, including their shipping and order details, was exposed. The most shocking part, it wasn't the work of the cyber criminals who breached Razer's defenses, but rather an IT partner they trusted, Capgemini. The breach was tracked back to a security misconfiguration that went unnoticed for several months, resulting in the exposure of nearly 100,000 customers' personal information. But how did this happen? And what was the role of Capgemini in this disaster? Capgemini had been hired by Razer to manage their IT systems, including the e-commerce platform. The breach itself occurred when an employee of Capgemini, a technician named Argel Kabalag, was tasked with troubleshooting an internal login issue for Razer. What seemed like a routine job quickly spiraled out of control. Kabalag made a critical mistake. He misconfigured the system's security settings, inadvertently leaving it vulnerable to outside access. In essence, he created a backdoor that anyone with the right knowledge could exploit, and that's exactly what happened. The breach remained undetected until September 2020, when a security researcher, Bob Diashenko, stumbled upon the exposed data while performing an unrelated security scan. This discovery would lead to an investigation, exposing the catastrophic error. So, what went wrong here? The breach was linked to the ELK stack, an open source platform designed for managing and analyzing large volumes of data, which was recommended by Capgemini as a solution for Razer. As Razer relied on this system to process customer orders and track shipments, it was crucial that the platform remained secure. But during troubleshooting, altered the security configurations of the ELF stack, essentially disabling important security protections. This misstep left the system open to public access without proper encryption or authentication. The data became visible to anyone who knew where to look. What followed was an entire system exposed, including customer names, shipping details, and order history, information that should have remained private and secure. This breach lasted for several months, from June to 2020 all the way to September 2020, when it was finally discovered. During that time, anyone with access to the exposed system could easily retrieve sensitive customer information, It wasn't until Yashenko found the leak that Razer became aware of what happened. The situation was even worse because the data was not just exposed where we feared. It was left vulnerable for far too long, and it affected a large number of customers. This was a textbook example of a system misconfiguration, and it's a chilling reminder of how something so seemingly minor can lead to major consequences. Once the breach was discovered, the next chapter in this saga unfolded in a courtroom. Razors understandably wasn't happy. They took Capgemini to court, accusing them of negligence. In their lawsuit, Razor sought compensation for damages, which include lost profits and the costs associated with the fallout from the breach. They claimed that Capgemini had failed to meet the necessary standards in securing Razor system, ultimately causing significant harm to their business and brand reputation. Power off. Capgemini, of course, did not take responsibility without contest. They argued that there were multiple factors at play, including changes to IP addresses made by Razer, which they suggested could have played a role in the breach. However, despite these differences, the evidence began to point squarely at the actions of Kabalag, who ultimately admitted to this mistake on the sixth day of the trial. This was a major turning point in the case. After weeks of legal proceedings, the Singapore High Court issued this ruling in December 2024, and it was in favor in Capgemini. The court found that Capgemini was indeed at fault for breaching its full practical obligations to Razor, awarding Razor a substantial sum in damages amounting to 6.5 million in US dollars. This amount was intended to compensate Razor for the loss of profits from their e-commerce platform, which had been severely impacted by the breach. The majority of damages, which amounted to 6.1 million in US dollars, were loss of profits, as Razor's e-commerce platform had shut down temporarily while the breach was addressed. On top of that, Razor also received compensation of legal fees, the cost of forensic investigations, and even a small payment of 2,000 US dollars for the security researcher who discovered the leak. However, the court did not award Razor damages related to other claims, including the loss of potential judicial blank license, which this might seem like a win for Razor. It was a complex case that involved many layers of responsibility. Ultimately, though, Razor walked away with a victory, sending a strong message to both businesses and IT service providers about the importance of securing customer-sensitive data and ensuring contractual accountability. But for Capgemini, this was a costly lesson. So, what can we as aspiring computer engineers learn from this case? Well, first and foremost, this is a stark reminder of how critical cybersecurity is in everything we do. It doesn't matter if you're developing a small app or working on massive corporate infrastructure. The smallest security misconfiguration can result in a disastrous consequence. Beyond that, this case also highlights the importance of accountability in our work. As engineers, we are entrusted with critical systems that affect real people. If something goes wrong, it's our responsibility to acknowledge the mistake, correct it, and ensure that similar issues don't happen again. And if you're working with clients or vendors, you must make sure that the agreements we enter into protect the interests of all parties involved. Lastly, the case emphasizes the importance of a strong security culture within any organization, whether you're in charge of managing data, security a system, or even troubleshooting. Every action must be considered with an eye of security. This is a job, it's a commitment to the integrity of the systems we work with. Wazer versus Capgemini is more than just a legal case. It's a cautionary tale for all of us working in technology, reminding us that one small mistake can have far-reaching consequences. For those of us studying and working in the technology field, it's crucial to approach every task, every line of code, and every system with care and responsibility. So, once again, I'm Gladwin Rosario, a diploma in computer engineering technology student, and thank you for watching.